Hey everybody, it's the Boss Lady here, coming to you with a quick DIY floor arrangement video. I am in the process of working on my porch, and the first thing I want to do is change the flower arrangements that are going to be on my end tables next to the glider. So I am going to show you how I created what I did. I will also show you what's sitting where the end tables are, I think. Maybe not sure. And then I'll show you how I'm going to present these new flower arrangements in that area. So let me show you what I've created first, and then I'll walk you through how I did it, and then we'll go on from there. So this is all pretty much very inexpensive. Let me tell you, I'll show you what it looks like, and then we'll go through everything. So this is what I created to go on my end table. So as you can see, I just got more of a yellow and white theme going on. You have the little sunflowers and butterfly on the little tin. Majority of this stuff came from Dollar Tree. So let me show you the items, and I'll tell you where everything came from, what the cost was, and then we'll move on. So like I said, this is what I made, and now I'm going to show you how I created it, I guess. So I picked up, the first thing I picked up was some floral foam. So I got the 4-pack squares because I couldn't find, find anything else that would sit inside of there. But this works out great so far. I picked up a bag of this, I guess you would call it like imitation grass, but it's called Excelsior. So this is the tag, and this is what it looks like. So it's called Excelsior, but it just looks like just regular grass. It's not moss. So I picked that up. That was $1 at Dollar Tree. Then I picked up the tin. So, and this also came from the Dollar Tree. So that's what, $3? And then as far as the flowers are concerned, all of my flower pieces came from Michael's. But I got these last year in the grab boxes. So this was like pennies on a dollar, basically. I got, big old box of flowers, and it was $2 for the box. So, that's why I said pennies on a dollar. And then these particular flowers here, these came from Dollar Tree. I do remember that. Now, this was a bunch. It had 6 flowers on it, but I just split this little bunch into 2. That way I have flowers for both of the little containers. And then this also was a bigger bunch. I'm just going to split it as well. Then here is a full bunch of these flowers. I'm not sure what they're called. It just says spring bushes. And then I had a third one that I split between the 2. So let me go ahead and start clipping these off, and then I'll show you how I set it up. Okay, so to save time, what I did was I went ahead and I clipped all of the flowers off of the stems. That way, you didn't have to sit there and watch me do all that. So all of the flowers have now been clipped off the stems. And I also opened up the floor foam and stuck it inside of the bin. And as you can see, it doesn't really move, which is a good thing because I want it to be in there pretty tight. That way I can stick the flowers in. So now I'm just going to take some of my grass here. And all I'm going to do is just kind of put it on the top just to cover the green floor foam. And I just got grass all over me, but that's okay. So I'm just going to cover it, and I'll show you what it looks like. I'm not going to glue it down because who knows, I may want to switch it out or change it up. And I'll show you in just a second here what it looks like. And so all of the floor foam won't be actually like completely covered, but once I put the flowers in, you won't be able to see the foam. I just kind of want it to look like, kind of like outside. So it looks like that. Then what I started doing was taking the yellow flowers first. Let's see if I can, give me 1 second. I gotta grab one thing. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to start with the yellow flowers first. And what I did with this one, and you'll see me kind of look to the side a little bit because I want to try to make sure these mimic each other as best as possible. But what I started with is just sticking, you know, a flower in the end, both ends first. And then just kind of stick them around. And I think I started with only 8 pieces. Because I want to say it's a total of 12 pieces of the yellow. Just kind of getting it stuck in here. And I'll show you in just a second. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And then one thing about the floor foam and not gluing anything down, you can always move it around. There we go. So this is the first 8 pieces. This is how it looks. So as you can see, it's kind of spaced apart and everything. So then with these little white flowers here, I'm going to stick these guys in strategically. Just kind of one in, one on each end, basically. If I can keep it from falling. There we go. For some reason, this floor foam is a little bit more difficult than the other one on the other set. So as you can see here, I kind of have them 3 across. I went those through the middle. Now, for my other pieces, so I have these pieces here, and they're two different types that came off the same bush. So I have these little bitty ones here, and then I have these right here. So I'm first going to stick these in. And just kind of looking at it, it's going to be a little bit different, but somewhat similar, which is fine. Okay, so as you can see, I have those in there now. And this is actually going to be the front, so I've been showing you the back, but this is going to be the front. So now I'm going to stick these ones in. And of course, you know, people do their arrangements how they want. I do mine how I want. Take this one out. I'm just trying to do kind of every other, just so it's, you know, a little different. So now I have my last 4 pieces that I'm going to stick in here. And then I'll start to rearrange. So right now I'm just kind of getting them stuck in here. And I think this particular one, I had more smaller pieces of the yellow compared to the other one. The other one looks like it's a little more fuller. So what I may end up doing is taking one out of here and sticking it over here. And just seeing how I like it. Maybe, maybe not. I don't know. We'll see. Let me stick that one back in there for right now, because I pulled it out and I didn't like how that looks. So I'm going to leave that back in there. And then we'll just continue to fill this in. Alrighty. So I'm just going to look at this here. And what I ended up doing on that other one, I ended up pulling the yellow from the back and putting it closer to the front. So we'll see. So I'm just looking to see how I like it near each other. I still have one more piece. Because now this one seems a little more fuller than that one. So I might readjust over here. And that's fine. All right, so let me see. I think I'm going to stick one right here. Okay, so they're done for now. Now, I still may readjust, but this is my flower arrangements for my porch. So I wanted them not to look so, what's the word I'm looking for? Not so well put together, if that makes sense. And I'm going to show you why. Because of the other arrangements that I have out here. I wanted these to be more like a wildflower type of look where, you know, flowers that grow outside since it is springtime and about to be summer. So I wanted these to look more like they're just kind of growing out the ground. Almost like a dandelion, but not, so to speak, not really. But, and I'll show you why. Because, like, the other arrangements that I have on the porch, they are more of a true, like, arrangement. And so this one, I just kind of want to be just something little, just kind of just throw together, if that makes sense. So give me a second to move the camera. And I'll show you the other arrangements that are currently out here. And then how these will be set up out here once these are removed. Okay, so here is the arrangement that I was speaking of that's currently out here on the porch. Now, yes, you see there's a pumpkin placemat underneath, but that's because we live in Minnesota, and so we're not able to use our porch for, you know, almost 6 months out the year. So the last time I was out here doing arrangements, it was during the fall season. So this was the arrangement that I made, and it's in a porcelain style pumpkin. And then I just made these arrangements. And like I said, this is more of a, you know, full arrangement or whatever. You know, kind of really well put to do. But I want something more spring-like. So that's why I have the other one. So now let me show you how the other arrangements are going to look out here on the porch. And here it is. So as you can see, I swapped out the pumpkin placemat. I now have a yellow placemat. And then I have my yellow and white flowers. So once the porch is completed with the new little overhaul, I will show you everything in completion. But this is it for my flower arrangements for the porch this year. So thank you guys for watching. Thank you for subscribing. If you're new to the channel, welcome to the channel. I am the Boss Lady, also known as Sharon, and I'm your hostess with the mostest. Thank you so much for watching, everybody. Talk to you later. Bye-bye.